Lytle, 571 Williams White Road, Zebulon, North Carolina. I would like to, since Commissioner Floyd gave us the opportunity to comment on the consent agenda, item D, E, and F. We are granting $5,000 to Norris Creek, $5,000 to the Harvest Pumpkin Festival, which is at Hillridge Farms, and $2,000 to the quilt trails for the Tar River. Now, I'd like to know why we're going to give $5,000 to a private business. Two of these are private businesses. Now, I know the money's collected through the hotel tax. I know where the money comes from. But my question is, why do we give $5,000 to a private business? And I don't know what it's for. I don't know if there's any rules, any regulations. None of that seems to be written anywhere that I can find. So I'd like for this board to explain to us what the money's going to be used for and why you would give it to a private business.
Ms. Duncan, just to clear up the TDA, would you like to speak to the TDA funding mechanism?
Oh, I'd be more than happy to. Thank you. Thank you for giving me the opportunity. And Richie, Duncan, and also I think Chuck Murray is here with us and serves as treasurer on the board and may want to add some things. I think that it is important that everyone understand what the mission of the TDA organization is and the purpose of it and why the money does in fact go to private industry. And the purpose and the mission of the Tourism Development Authority is to bring outside entities, outside people into Franklin County. If you look on the Franklin County website, there's a list of items, links for different places that we have, that we support here, that bring tourists from outside into Franklin County. The idea being that when you apply for a grant, and there are very stringent guidelines for the grant, we have a scoring sheet that we use when we are judging a grant. And the funding from the TDA may only be used for marketing. It may not be used for any capital investment. It can only be used for marketing. And therefore, it is getting the name of Franklin County out into the public. We can also not fund more than 50% of what that budget is. So we have guidelines that we have to follow in order for an entity to meet that. In the case of Norris Creek, as an example, I believe on their application, there are $22,000 of their own money being invested. We are investing. They requested $5,155, and we gave them $5,000. And that is specifically for marketing, and it is detailed with radio shows and the breakdown of where those radio stations are. I think it is a very important notice that this is a beach music festival, and so those radio stations are not all here in North Carolina. They're bringing people in from other states here. Additionally, on our TDA board, we by law have to have a certain percentage of the TDA board be the actual hoteliers. Now, one of the questions we ask the people who are applying for these grants is, are we getting any overnight stays here? Because that money is coming, as you mentioned, Mr. Lytle, from the occupancy tax. So it bumps that event up if we know we're getting overnight stays. In the case of Norris Creek, we actually had a hotelier say, hey, this is fantastic because I get overnight stays every time he has an event. The Food Lion and Bun actually contacted Norris Creek and said, what is going on out there when it first started? Because they were running out of ice, they were running out of charcoal, they were running out of sodas, and that was before they knew what was going on. So they requested that Norris Creek give them a schedule of their events so they could stock up their supplies and be ready for it. So it has a halo effect of bringing economic revenue into the county. And that's exactly the type of thing we want to see when we support one of these. Now, we do not accept every application. And we review it very carefully. We have a very open discussion. The press is there, then anyone's welcome to come. It's an open meeting. You can sit with us and listen to the discussion as we go through the scoring mechanism, but it is a very stringent way of doing it.
Is
Does
there
that
a
help
follow-up
answer?
mechanism to that?
Yes, there is. In fact, there is a required follow-up mechanism, or else they will not get the money. After 60 days, they must complete what's called a project evaluation form. This is an example that I have from the Person Place Preservation Society. As you may know, we supported the Franklin County Historic Homes Tour, which I think most of you are aware brought in a lot of people from outside of the county. And they have to follow up with the evaluation, telling us exactly how many people attended and give us a percentage of people from outside of the county. Because that's what we're looking for, is to get people from outside the county to know Franklin County.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, the one
that
other
help?
thing I would add, that's basically a return on investment. And if Franklin County is trying to grow our, basically, so people know about what we have and what we do, this is the kind of stuff that needs to be on our website, not some of the other stuff that doesn't talk about, well, it talks about Research Triangle Park. Well, this is what needs to be on the website. Talk about what Franklin County does. That's a much better thing to broadcast out on the front of the county. If somebody's looking at our county for a business to come here, oh look, they have music festivals, they have all these things. Those are attractive reasons to bring a business, not talking about how close we are to Research Triangle Park. Research Triangle Park has nothing to do with us, basically. Half of us work there, but that's irrelevant from a business development perspective. But thank you for a very good explanation.